In the scorching deserts of Tatooine, a single moment changes the course of galactic history forever. The Tusken Raider Massacre and Attack of the Clones isn't just another action sequence. It's the psychological birth of one of cinema's greatest villains. This scene marks the precise moment when Anakin Skywalker crosses a line from which there is no return, embracing the dark philosophy that will eventually consume him entirely. When Anakin discovers his mother's broken body in that Tusken camp, something fundamental breaks inside him. But what makes this scene so chilling isn't just his immediate rage, it's how quickly he adopts the language and logic of genocide. "I killed them all," he tells Padme. "They're like animals, and I slaughtered them like animals." These words reveal a terrifying transformation in his thinking. Dehumanization is the first step towards atrocity, and Anakin takes this step with shocking ease. By calling the Tuskens animals, he strips them of their personhood, their right to exist as sentient beings worthy of moral consideration. This isn't just angry rhetoric. It's the same psychological mechanism used by perpetrators of real-world genocides throughout history. When you convince yourself that your enemies aren't truly human, any action against them becomes justified. But Anakin's crime goes beyond simple revenge killing. He doesn't just target the warriors who captured his mother, he systematically murders every Tusken in the camp. Men, women, children, entire families wiped out for the actions of a few. This is collective punishment in its purest form, the idea that an entire group bears responsibility for the actions of individuals. Watch how George Lucas frames this revelation. Anakin's confession takes place in a moment of supposed intimacy with Padme, yet his words carry the cold logic of a mass murderer. He's not just admitting to killing, he's seeking validation for his worldview. When he says, "I hate them," he's not talking about specific individuals, he's expressing hatred for an entire people. The scene's true horror lies in how it normalizes this thinking. Padme's response is telling. She comforts Anakin rather than recoiling from his confession of genocide. This moment shows how easily society can excuse atrocities when they're committed by someone we care about, or when the victims are seen as other or threatening. Anakin's massacre establishes a pattern that will define his future as Darth Vader: the willingness to solve problems through overwhelming violence, the tendency to blame entire groups for individual grievances, and most importantly, the ability to justify any action by dehumanizing his targets. When he later helps destroy the Jedi Order, when he chokes his pregnant wife, when he terrorizes the galaxy as a Sith Lord, he's simply applying the same logic he first embraced in that Tusken camp. This scene also reveals how trauma can be weaponized by dark influences. Palpatine didn't create Anakin's capacity for evil, but he certainly exploited the psychological wounds left by moments like this. The massacre becomes a reference point, a proof that Anakin is capable of doing whatever is necessary, regardless of moral boundaries. What makes this moment so psychologically authentic is how it shows the gradual nature of moral corruption. Anakin doesn't wake up one day deciding to become evil. Instead, he takes small steps, each one making the next seem more reasonable. The Tusken Massacre is his first major step, but it won't be his last. The desert wind carries away the smoke from the burning camp, but the psychological damage is permanent. In those few hours of violence, the future Darth Vader is born, not in some dramatic confrontation with the dark side, but in the quiet embrace of genocidal thinking, in the moment when a young man decides that some lives simply don't matter.